All right. Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Nerd Talks Podcast. And today we're going to be doing a deep dive into Manchester United's first summer signing, Matheus Cunha. So, welcome to this podcast. And basically, as I said, we're going to be doing a deep dive into Matheus Cunha. And this is actually what has got everyone buzzing. This isn't just another transfer. It's Rúben Amorim's first major statement. A £62.5 million, which is potentially an $84 million commitment that signals a clear intent to turn the tide after a worse Premier League season, right? Finishing the mega, lowly 15th in the league in a dismal season. We're going to break down Cunha's journey. We're going to talk about his unique playing style, his character, the numbers that back him up, and most importantly, how he slots into Amorim's vision for Manchester United. So grab your coffee, settle in, and let's talk Cunha. Now, the journey to Old Trafford, Matheus Cunha's winding path. Matheus Cunha, his story is anything but conventional, right? It all started in Brazil, where he honed his skills in Curitiba's youth academy, even developing a love for futsal that clearly influenced his close control. His talent was undeniable, and at just 18, he made a leap to Europe, joining Swiss club Sion in July 2017. What a debut season it was. He bagged 10 goals and 8 assists in just 29 appearances, immediately catching the eye of bigger clubs. Now, speaking of Cunha, there's so many things we're going to talk about him. There's so many stats that we could dive deep into, but that's what we're about to do in this video. Now, basically, the rapid success led him to Bundesliga side RB Leipzig in June 2018. We saw flashes of brilliance there, including that incredible solo goal against Bayern Leverkusen, which earned him the FIFA Puskás Award nomination. Now, it was also a period of inconsistency as well. Some former colleagues felt that the move came a little too early for a 19-year-old who wanted to be an absolute free spirit on the pitch, struggling, to fit into Leipzig's more rigid tactical setup. This tells us something crucial. Cunha thrives when he has the creative freedom. Right now, he moved to Hertha BFC in January 2020, and this is where he really started to find his feet, getting consistent game time. And in 2020-2021 season, he contributed 7 goals and 5 assists in 25 Bundesliga starts, and he also was proving he could perform when giving consistent platform. Next up, a big move to Atlético Madrid in August of 2021. I remember watching him then, which earned him a £30 million move to Atlético Madrid. But under Diego Simeone, it was another challenging chapter. Limited game time, often coming off the bench, and struggle for consistent form. Despite that, he still managed a respectable 6 goals and 6 assists in the first season. The real turning point, though, was being left out of the Brazil's 2022 World Cup squad. This hit him hard, basically. This hit him really hard, leading to a mental health break, and he openly described it as a period akin to depression. Now, he didn't play for Atlético Madrid again after that, eventually moving to Wolves in January of 2023. Now, this experience, his ability to speak about it, and then bounce back shows incredible mental fortitude. For a club like United, currently facing immense pressure and a negative atmosphere, Cunha's resilience is invaluable. It's an invaluable asset, and he's a player who won't be overwhelmed by Old Trafford spotlight, and that is what we hope. That's the kind of character that Rúben Amorim is talking about Man United signing players with the ideal character to deal with pressure from playing for United and all of that. Then the resurgence in Wolverhampton 2023, initially a loan in January 2023, it became permanent in the summer of 2020. In the summer of 2023 for £35 million. After a modest start, he truly came alive in 2023-2024 campaign with an impressive 12 Premier League goals and 7 assists in 32 appearances. But it was his past season, 24-25, where he hit the career high with the best numbers, 15 Premier League goals and 6 assists in 33 appearances. He also finished as Wolves' top scorer with 17 goals across all competitions and was deservedly crowned their Players' Player of the Season, and he just recently received the award. Also, just looking at the Premier League website, you can see that he made 82 appearances in the Premier League with 29 goals and 13 assists. In 22-23 season, he came on loan and scored and made 17 appearances, scored 2 goals. Came on as a sub for 5, and then in 23-24 season he played 32 games, 3 as a sub, 12 goals, and then 24-25 season he's played 33 appearances. He appeared 33 times and he scored 15 goals. So his stock was really rising, and that is what we like about that. He's coming into his his peak and all of that. Now, he was also their savior. The talisman, creating chances out of nothing with fearlessness. This is a player who can carry and attack, something United desperately needs. I remember in 23-24 season, when we played against him and he just kind of ran us ragged. I think that should be under either Ole Gunnar Solskjaer or under Ten Hag. He ran us ragged, ran through our middle. He was supposed to be playing as a striker, but then eventually dropped into mid and was playing as attacking midfielder. He's just versatile like that and agile. I didn't like him at all, but him coming to United, having a goal scoring attacking midfielder or striker playing for Man United is really great. Now, how did he emerge as United's target? Well, after finishing 15th, our worst Premier League position ever, and missing out on European football, our attacking deficiencies were glaring. Højlund and Xerxes combined for 18 goals. Overall, league tally of 44 was abysmal. Goals in all competitions in the Premier League for Manchester United as a team. Cunha's 17 goals for Wolves made him incredibly attractive, offering the firepower for the dynamism that we lacked in the squad. His versatility, ability to create, and cohesive finishing perfectly matched our urgent need for immediate impact. Now, he wasn't just a general reinforcement. He was just strategically targeted acquisition to fix specific problems. A lack of ball carriers, line breaking dribblers, and consistent goal contributions. One thing I noticed with the Manchester United squad is that even the people that seem to be carrying the ball always seem to be tracked down. Someone like Bruno Fernandes would carry the ball, but for how long? There's no outlet to find the ball, to find a pass. Same thing with Garnacho, who's supposed to be also kind of like a ball carrier. But when he carries the ball, he runs into a cul-de-sac and eventually he shoots and then the shots are blocked. So these are the very few things that we can list out that made us look like we lacked a goal-scoring edge. And then finally, £62.5 million pound statement signing. Manchester United, officially confirmed the agreement on June 1st, 2025. Now, this substantial fee, a club record for Wolves, was paid by activating his release clause. Cunha signed a 5-year contract with an option for 12 months, and this Amorim's first signing, and the fact that we paid such a significant fee, even with limited funds due to European football, shows how much conviction the club and the manager has in him. He's seen as the fundamental piece of Amorim's rebuild, right? In that attacking midfield position, he can play as a left or right 10, depending, and he can also play as a striker. Now, with regards to his player profile, we're going to try to unpack Cunha's game. Let's talk about the player himself. Cunha is officially listed as a forward, second striker, and winger. Now, he played as an orthodox striker, but he's played as an orthodox striker, but his most impactful performance came as one of the two inside forwards or number 10s. And that's how Amorim likes to play, just behind the central striker in a 3-4-2-1 formation. This is where he thrived for Wolves. Now, his effectiveness in this role comes from the impressive positional intelligence and his ability to pick up pockets of space in between the opposition's midfield and defense. Micah Richards even called his football IQ absolutely sensational. I mean, this evolution from a traditional striker to an effective second striker is key, and it's about maximizing his unique blend of ball carrying, playmaking, and goal threat, giving him the freedom to drop deeper, influence build up and exploit these crucial, half spaces amongst other things. Now, if we're to, look at him now, if we're going to talk about numbers, his attacking output has also been exceptional. In 24-25, like I said, he had 15 goals and 6 assists in 33 appearances for the Premier League, and his 21 goal contributions accounted for a significant 38.9% of Wolves' total goals, putting him 9th in the league, right? He also basically is one of the Premier League's best ball carriers. In 2024-2025, he ranked fourth for carries into the final third, 95 carries into the final third, and 9th for completed take-ons, 125, and 5th for goal involvements, 8, directly after a ball carry. Now, he attempted 34 shots and created 23 shots after a ball carry, both ranking him 6th in the league. Now, this ability to progress the ball through dribbling and turn it into a dangerous action is a standout attribute. He doesn't just dribble, he weaponizes that progression. And that is what I've seen in him. Like, obviously, only him cannot carry the entire team, but him being an addition to the squad is good for Man United. His finishing is top-notch. He overperformed his expected goals XG, scoring 27 goals from an expected goals on target, right, of 18.85 across the last 2 seasons. He also scored a league-high 5 goals from outside the box in 2024-2025. This means that he is converting low probability chances and showing individual brilliance, and also his ability to create something from nothing. This is huge for a United side that has struggled to create high quality chances, right? Now let's look at the numbers and talk about it. Let's look at the numbers and talk about it for clarity purposes. I showed you some stats pretty much earlier. If we're looking at his numbers, he had 33 appearances, 15 goals. He has 6 assists, 21 goals contribution. And then if we're going to delve deep into further details as to his kind of player, total goal contributions 21, goal contribution percentage of your team total is 38.9% of Wolves' goals. Shots, he had 110. Shots on target, he had 1.5 per 90. Goals from outside the box, 5. Expected goals, he overperformed. Expected assists, he underperformed. And then goals from ball carry, 4. Assists from ball carry, 4. Right? So, and his ball carrying prowess amongst Premier League forwards. Matheus Cunha's ball carrying ranks amongst Premier League forwards for 24-25. His carries into the final third, 95 in total, 4th. Completed take-ons, 125, 9th. Shots attempted following ball carry, 34, 6th. Shot created following ball carries, 23, 6th. And also goal involvement following ball carry is 5th. He has 8 goals. Now, in truth, if you look at this is actually what Man United needs: someone who can carry the ball from mid. And Amorim talked about it in his first round of press conferences. It's not just about the attack, basically, for Cunha. Cunha is also commendable for his defensive work rate, which is also crucial for Amorim's high pressing philosophy. In 24-25, he ranked third among forwards for interceptions, 17, and sixth for progressions, 125. He also made 38 tackles and 122. His pressing ability is also integral for Amorim's high energy style, as he also has the stamina and the tenacity to close down defenders, disrupt passing lanes and force turnovers. He's done that. He did that against Man United several times. He's expected to work hard, obviously, to press, intelligently with Amorim's system, and this makes him a true two-way player, essentially, for Amorim's demands for intense pressing from the front. And this is, for me, a statement signing. Man United needed that, and needed that for the squad boost and all of that. Also, if we're talking about defensive ranks among Premier League forwards, Matheus Cunha's defensive ranks among Premier League forwards for 2024-25 season, his pressures, 794 pressures, 17th amongst Premier League forwards. Tackles, 38, 11th amongst Premier League forwards. Tackles, 122, 12th. Interceptions, 17, 3rd. So interceptions, so blocking passing lanes, as I said earlier. And then possessions won, he had 125, which is 6th in the Premier League. And possessions won in the final third, 22, 10th in the Premier League. So he's doing well, when stacked across the Premier League with forwards, right? Finally, his character and mentality. Cunha is described as having a fire and desire and is a maverick persona, right? Basically, qualities that fit with United's history, drawing parallels to players like George Best, Cristiano Ronaldo, and Bruno Fernandes. He's also a free spirit who plays on instinct, not rigid tactical instructions, even though Rúben Amorim's formation is also basically slightly rigid, but also free-flowing and transitional, right? His former Wolves manager, Vitor Pereira, called him a special player, and Diego Simeone also highlighted his power personality. Michael Richards praised his sensational football IQ. Crucially, right, he will not be overawed, right, by the high levels of expectations at United. He does not shy away from responsibility. His journey, including overcoming the depression after the World Cup snub, shows immense, mental strength. This maverick and resilient spirit could also be a vital, psychological catalyst for a United squad that also has often lacked fight and spirit, as well as character. Now, the only player that, seems to look like someone who has fight and spirit is a player that most Man United fans don't also like because of what they feel about him, and that is Manuel Ugarte, right? Now, with regards to tactical integration, Cunha can fit into Rúben Amorim's system. Now, let's talk about tactics. With Rúben Amorim's philosophy is built around a 3-4-3 or often a 3-4-2-1 formation. He's adamant about playing it. His style is possession-based, direct, attacking, and with a well-organized and balanced play. A key feature is a high-intensity press, demanding relentless work out of possession to disrupt opponents and to win the ball back quickly. His teams always press the goalkeeper. Emphasis on always, right? In build-up, Amorim often uses a back three with the central centre back pushing into midfield to create a 2-3 shape, facilitating central progression and fluid pressing. Now, the attacking structure is highly fluid as well, often forming a front five with the central striker or two wide forwards and two wing backs. Central striker, two wide forwards, two wing backs, right? Rotations are also encouraged to create space and overloads. The wide forwards, where Cunha is expected to play, operate wide or central, wide of the central striker, but don't also maintain the width, right? That's for the wing back. Usually when Rúben Amorim would play wing backs and they would play someone like Alejandro Garnacho, you would expect that he would also come in as an inside forward, but when he goes out wide, he makes the wing back come inside. So, right, Amorim's system, despite being position based, prioritizes verticality straight passes through lines and rapid transitions. This is why Cunha's ball carrying and line breaking passing is so valued, by the club and by Rúben Amorim. They directly feed into the core principle of this formation. He's not just occupying space, he's actively breaking defensive structures and driving play forward. Cunha is expected to seamlessly integrate into one of the two number 10s or inside forwards behind the central striker, and this is a sweet spot where he has excelled at Wolves, often on the left. So his exceptional ball carrying is crucial to unlock Amorim's system and also to mimic the fluidity and the transitional nature of his sporting system. Now, United has desperately lacked line breaking dribbles in the final third. Players that would just take the risk and dribble into the final third. The one person that had done it severally was Joshua Zirkzee at some point, but he didn't do it all too often to be able to create, opportunities. And then by the time he was starting to get in his stride, he got injured, pulled a hamstring. Right now, his positional intelligence and his excellent playmaking also allowed him to pick up pockets of space in between the opposition's midfield and defense, which is also key for a number 10 in Amorim's setup. He is also great at receiving forward passes that penetrate midfields, and that is what Amorim always requires of his center backs, to be able to make forward passes, right? Now, he's also one player who acts as a fulcrum, when receiving those kind of passes. His close control, ability to turn under pressure, and his progressive dribbling are vital for linking, midfield and attack. Cunha's arrival could also allow Amad Diallo to revert to a right wing back role, strengthening multiple areas, right? Now, United's attack has also been too predictable, often, resorting to long balls to Højlund, who isn't primarily a hold-up specialist. But we've also lacked players who can take the ball and create individually. Cunha directly addresses this. He can take the ball on the half turn from defense and drive up the pitch. Now, his ball carrying frequently leads to created chances, making him the perfect puzzle piece for Amorim's system. This is very crucial, and it's very crucial for us as Man United fans to understand his role in the squad. Cunha's arrival, should significantly alleviate the creative burden on Bruno Fernandes, who has often been our sole attacking impetus, right? Fernandes' 18 goal involvements accounted for 40.9% of United's total goals, highlighting our over-reliance on him. Cunha's ability to create high-quality assists, often from outside the box, will provide an alternative creative outlet and allow Bruno Fernandes to operate more effectively. Now, I've seen some stuff online with some content creators talking about Bruno Fernandes and saying, how it would have been better if he was sold to make some more money and all of that. And then you see things like these and you start to wonder. So someone who scored the most goals in our squad last season, all competitions, and then now you say, he should be sold for 100 million, blah, 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 because that's the money we need to be able to build a squad and all of that. What about Anthony? What about Rashford? What about Sancho? These three players can fetch us nothing less than 90 million pounds. But let's not talk deep. We'll do that in transfer review and all of that. But Cunha's presence is expected to benefit Rasmus Højlund as well, because there's news also that Rasmus Højlund will definitely not be leaving Manchester United as he intends to stay. But Cunha thrived playing alongside a towering centre forward at Wolves like, Jørgen Strand Larsen. He can provide Højlund with a consistent service and link-up play he's often lacked. Amorim's system simplifies the centre-forward pressing role, making Højlund ideally suited. While Cunha's support for counter-attacks fits perfectly, the fluid nature of Amorim's attack, encouraging rotations and overloads, means Cunha's versatility will be fully utilized, adding a new dimension to our offense. His improvisational talent is a big advantage, helping Amorim free up, previously claustrophobic Manchester United attacks, usually when they sit deep and all of that, it makes it difficult for us to attack. But now, the question will now be, what are the expectations? Now that the transfer is already confirmed, subject to visa and all of that, what are the expectations of Man United fans with regards to, Matheus Cunha and what next and all of that? Now, these are the expectations of the fans, and I'm speaking for most Manchester United fans. What should you, the Manchester United faithful, expect from Matheus Cunha in the next season, right? Firstly, we must anticipate, more dynamic and more unpredictable attack. Cunha's elite ball carrying and his ability to turn carries into goal mouth action will also provide the crucial directness and the penetration that we've been missing. He's a player who will actively drive us forward, breaking lines and creating chances from seemingly nothing, moving us away from static pressing. Right? Secondly, we should expect more balanced and collectively effective attacking unit. Right? Cunha's ability to share the creative load with Bruno Fernandes means our attack will also be less predictable and harder to, for opponents to defend. His link-up play with Rasmus Højlund should also lead to a more prolific central striker, boosting our overall goal threat. Now, this is what we should expect, right? Now, there's talk that, obviously, Mbeumo basically prefers Manchester United, right? Now, with Mbeumo coming to Man United, this means that we're going to be pretty much unpredictable in attack, right? If he plays as the right 10, Cunha plays at the left 10. We have a lot of ball carriers, we have a lot of pressing demons, and we can be able to, win balls and all of that. Now, thirdly, prepare to embrace a player with a strong work ethic and that maverick spirit. He might not be everybody's flavor of the month, but let's prepare for that maverick player that's different and very unique, right? Cunha's impressive defensive contributions, particularly his high rankings in interceptions and possessions won among forwards, show his commitment, to Amorim's high pressing system. He will contribute significantly in both attack and defense. His fire and desire and proven resilience also suggest that he's a player who will thrive under the immense pressure of Old Trafford, providing a much needed psychological boost to the squad. While his instinctive, free-spirited style might need some, careful management within Amorim's structure system, his proven ability to deliver under pressure and his natural flair, makes him an incredibly exciting addition to Manchester United. Now, he's a player who embraces responsibility and can also be a true catalyst for change. Manchester United fans should expect a player who embodies the club's historical love for individual brilliance and attacking dynamism, capable of lighting up Old Trafford and playing a pivotal role in Rúben Amorim's mission to restore United's fortunes. Now, we've talked all about Matheus Cunha. We've told you his player profile and his details and all of that. This is my appeal to Manchester United fans. Let us make everything possible to be patient with this player. He's going to take time to adjust to Manchester United as a whole, because Manchester is a whole nother beast compared to Wolverhampton Wanderers and even Atlético Madrid or even RB Leipzig or even Hertha VSC or FC Sion or whatever. Man United is a different ball game altogether. The press is going to be on him. Everybody's going to be scrutinizing his behavior, his character, and everything. So we need to be patient as Man United fans. There is no need getting on his back, trying to put pressure on him and all of that. Let's allow him to cook. Let's allow him to adapt, right? But that is my appeal to Man United fans. Let's allow him to cook. Let's allow him to adapt. Let's allow him to play in the system. And, since he's been playing in the system before, let him now thrive in the system, grow as a Man United player, and let him grow into a player that we all would love. We all would love, we all would admire. Let him help the team grow and all of that. That is my take. And that is my appeal to you, Man United fans. That's all for this episode of United Talks Podcast. Now, let us know your thoughts on Matheus Cunha in the comment section. Do you think that he's a missing piece? we'll be back soon with more deep dives into everything Manchester United. But until then, let's all, remain positive. Let's be hopeful, and let's stop bashing our own players and calling them all sorts of names. And let's be positive and hope that, we can generate the funds to buy more players and to build a squad, because Cunha is the centerpiece of United's rebuild. Let me know your thoughts and feelings in the comment section, and I'll see you on the next one. Thank you for watching. Thank you for liking, sharing, and subscribing. Thank you for hitting the notification bell. If you haven't already, please do like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you don't have to miss anything as it relates to Manchester United. More transfer news and updates are happening, and we'll probably release a video giving like a full breakdown of all the transfers, both the legit rumors from like Fabrizio Romano, Ben Jacobs, and the Atlético and all of that. And we can, start to build from there. But thank you for watching. Thank you for liking, sharing, and subscribing. And I'll see you on the next one. Take care. Goodbye. And God bless.